Hey guys, and welcome to another Escape Wheel watch review. Today we're going to be looking at the Alpha Explorer Homage. So this is a 36mm Homage, so it kind of represents the, I guess like the mid-90s, up until they changed to the 39mm case, and then again now when they bring back the new Explorer, which is also 36mm. So you kind of hit two spots in the Rolex catalog as far as the dates go and reference numbers and all that stuff. They do also sell this on a 39mm, so you can pick that one up if you think 36mm is a little too small. I've got this from the Alpha 93 USA store. He sent me a few watches, so this is one that I get to keep into my collection, which I really love. Gives me another option for something nice and light and small, and just very comfortable to wear. So huge thank you goes out to him. So if you're interested in this, you can pick this up for $125 on the Alpha 93 USA store. You can also get it from other Alpha 1993 retailers. This is just if you're in the US, buy it from this guy. If you are outside the US, pick whichever store is better for your location. So I think the prices are the same wherever you go, but you can get this in a few days if you're in the United States. But for $125, you're getting a 316L stainless steel case, sapphire crystal, you're getting a screw down crown with 50 meters of water resistance, a display case back with a Seagull automatic movement, a solid link bracelet, hollow end links, and a press clasp. And I think that's about it for the spec rundown. So I say we get right into the dimensions. So like I mentioned earlier, we'll go right about there. This is a 36mm case. You have 20mm lug width. It's 11.8mm thick, nice and thin. And then the overall lug to lug is just under 44. So really nice and compact. This is the smallest watch I have in my collection, but I actually really enjoy it. So it's nice and light and pretty thin, and it just kind of disappears when it's on my wrist. So I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on the wrist for you. And here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. As you can see, looks really, really good. It fits great. It looks a little small maybe, but I can't help but just love the size of this thing. It just kind of disappears again, just disappears on the wrist. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. Looks really good. You can see it's still legible. Not much sunlight here today, but yeah, I think it looks really good, and you get plenty of sparkle off that bezel. Yeah, looks good. I'm happy with it. I'm going to go throw it on a couple of my favorite straps, and we'll get back to this review. And here it is on a vintage Vario strap. As always, looking good on this strap. I really just love the taper on the strap. It goes so well with these smaller watches. Yeah, I think it looks great. Go throw it on a NATO strap, and we will call it good. Here we are on a nicely ribbed NATO. Again, looking really good, even with 2 layers under it. Still sits really low profile. This is such a comfortable combination. One of my favorites. And I really don't think you can go wrong with any color NATO on this thing. It's going to look great. So let's go back inside, finish up the review. So let's talk about the case finishing here. So on the tops of the lugs, you kind of have that angular brushed finish on the top there. Looks really good. It's very coarse. It's not a very fine brushing, it's fine. It looks pretty good. On the sides of the case, you do have nicely polished sides. The transition between them, very sharp. You got a nice turn down to the lugs there. You do have a sign crown with that Alpha A at the 3 o'clock position. The finishing on this is really nice, actually. I'm very impressed with the finishing on it. The case back on this, really nicely done. You have a circular brushing on the bottom of the lugs. You have circular brushing on the actual case back itself. It's a screw down case back. You get the Rolex style case back with a mineral display window, showing off that pretty nicely decorated Seagull movement. You get some blue screws. They're not blued, I can tell you that. I think it looks pretty nice. You do have just your typical spec sheet around the backside, automatic, water resistant stainless steel. You do have some model number or something up here. But yeah, I think overall the watch head is done really nicely. The transitions, as you can see here, nice and close. They look great. I've got no complaints with it. The crystal on this, as you can see, it's just a flat piece of sapphire crystal. It does sit ever so slightly proud of that polished bezel. It looks really good though. I've got no problems with the crystal. There's no anti-reflective coating on it, but it doesn't really bother me that it's not there. The dial on this, I'm going to zoom in way in here. Really nicely done. It's a matte black dial. As you can see, it's got applied indexes at the hour markers. You got that 3, 6, and 9 Arabic numerals. It looks really good. You have the Alpha A, then Alpha 1993 at the 12 o'clock position, and then automatic water resistant 5 atmospheres at the 6 o'clock position. And then you've got a white printed minute track all the way around. Everything is done really nicely. I mean, the printing on these dials is super crisp. Yeah, I've just got no problems with it. And I think the facilities that Alpha uses are just super clean, because these are some of the cleanest dials I've seen coming out of some of these Chinese watches. So yeah, really happy with the cleanliness of the dial and like the sharpness on these hands. There's not a speck of dust in there. Really nicely done, and I'm very happy with it. Everything lines up just spot on, and yeah, it looks really good. The hands on it, it's just your typical Mercedes style hands. Again, they look really good. I think they're sized pretty well. They could be a little bit longer, but they're not too short in my opinion. So very happy with the hands on it. All the numerals and the hands are lumed. I'm going to pop up a lume shot right now, and you can see it with the St. Martin sub on the left and the brand new St. Martin Explorer on the right. You can tell that the numerals fade pretty quickly. The other indices do hang on a little bit, but the lume is not great on this thing, so I wouldn't buy it for the lume. So let's talk about the movement on this. So like I mentioned earlier, 3 o'clock signed crown here. It is a screw down crown. It's a pretty small crown. Let me see. I'm just curious how big this crown is. 6mm crown, so it's not terribly small. It just feels a little small. Maybe, I mean, I got some fat fingers, so that could be why. Anyway, it is a screw down crown. You do get a pretty satisfying pop out when it releases from the threads. This Seagull caliber TY2806. It does hack, it does hand wind. It's about 40 hours of power reserve. The first position is a ghost date position. You can kind of hear it clicking around back there. Pull it out to the third position. It does hack the second hand, as you can see there. And this is where you set your time. So yeah, really nicely done. I think the alignment is just spot on. No problems there. We'll set to that 10-10. Depress the crown. See that second hand starts ticking again. 6 ticks per second. So it's kind of on the about on the level of Seiko NH35s. But yeah, nice screw down action as always with Alpha. Got no problems there. Very happy with the movement. It's been pretty accurate for me. It's smooth. It's quiet. It's not like that Miyota where you can hear that rotor spinning around. You can hear it just a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it at all, but yeah, it's a good movement. I'm pretty happy with it, and it looks pretty darn good, I think, through the display case back. I think that looks really nice. So yeah, I'd say buy with confidence with that movement. So let's talk about the bracelet. So like I mentioned earlier, it's a 20mm bracelet, and it does taper down to 16mm at the clasp. So nice taper going on to the bracelet. I think it looks pretty good. You got really nice brushing on the tops. You have polishing on the sides here. You do have screw pins for adjusting the clasp. It's really nice and short. Tons of micro adjust, as you can see there. So you're going to get a good fit on it. It is just a pressed clasp, which you either love it or hate it. I think the pros to it is that it's super thin and it's really short. So it's a very comfortable clasp. You do have a sign Alpha A there on the buckle, which is nice to see. Polished sides, and then just a regular brushing on the top here. There's no like quick link or anything like that. The nice thing about this is that it does have female end links. The bad part about it is that they are hollow end links, as you can see here. I've got no real complaints with it. It's a little bit jangly, as you can hear that, but once you actually get it on the wrist, it's fine. The end links, they're fitting in there pretty solidly. They could be just a hair tighter, but really, I'm not complaining too much about it. And, you know, they fit the curvature of the case really nicely, which I'm happy with. And the actual brushing on the bracelet is really good. So, yeah, I give the bracelet a solid, I don't know, 7 out of 10 or so. It's a very comfortable bracelet. I wish I had solid end links and maybe a milled clasp, but really this clasp is easy to use. It hasn't come off on me at all, and yeah, it's just low profile and comfortable. I mean, what more can you ask for? Any quality control issues on this piece? I had none, absolutely none. It came in really nice. So there you have it. That's the Alpha 1993 Explorer Homage. Like I mentioned earlier, it does come in a 36mm case, which is this one, and then a 39mm case. You can get it in black dials or blue dials, and then you can get it on an oyster style bracelet or a Jubilee bracelet. So lots of options for you to choose from. Go check them out down below. I'll be sure to leave their link and all the other store links as well. If you want to see some more pictures of this, definitely go check out my Instagram. I'll leave that link down below. Take a look at Alpha 93 USA's Instagram, and I'll leave theirs down below. Lots of pictures of this thing. I took it on vacation with me and had a great time wearing this around, so I was very happy with it, with my time with it. If you guys enjoyed the video, found it useful, found it helpful, anything, you know, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys want to leave a question or comment down below, please do so. I will do my absolute best to get back to everyone. I'm still trying, but you know, we're getting to the point where I might miss a few here and there. So, yeah, hopefully my review answered your question. If not, leave them down below. I'll do my best to get back to you guys. I think that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See you.